Adequate notice of this meeting was provided in the following ways. Notice published to the Courier News, notice posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building, notice made available to the township clerk, notice sent to the Courier News and the Star Ledger. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Weissman,
Here.
Mr. Tillery,
Here.
Mr. Patel,
Here.
Mr. Reggio. I know you're here, Roy.
He's there. You see him.
Mr. Blount, Mr. Mitterando,
Here.
Mr. Ali,
Here.
and Chairman Cahill.
Here. Will everyone please stand for a salute to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Keneally, do we have any changes to tonight's agenda?
Yes, we do. The application of Tillicraj Sony on Hamilton Boulevard has been withdrawn and will not be heard by the board. NDK Realty, South Washington Avenue, is rescheduled for June 25th with no further notice. Those are all the changes I have.
Thank you, sir. Let's proceed to item number 6, 26-ZB-15V, and that is Harold Israel.
Is Mr. Israel present? Harold Israel, are you present?
Yes, I'm present.
Okay, sir, I need to swear you in. Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth?
Truth.
Thank you. Explain to the board why you're here, please.
So, good evening, Chairman, members of the board. My name is Harold Israel, and I reside at 41 Hart Place, Piscataway, New Jersey. I'm the owner of the property identified as Block 2311, Lot 2, in the R7.5 zone. I come before the board this evening to respectfully request a bulk variance under Section 21-619.1 of the Piscataway Township Zoning Code to retain an existing 6-foot solid fence located along my Richards Avenue property line.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Roddy, could you address some issues?
Hi, yes. With the new ordinance that was passed, we can allow up to 12.5-foot setback from the property line for such a 6-foot solid fence. Alternatively, the applicant could replace it with a 4-foot high, 50% open fence. There does appear to be a pretty sizable tree on the north corner of the property that would impede a partial setback of the fence. Is that tree still present, Mr. Israel?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So those are the two options the staff recommends. Either the moving the fence in the 12.5 feet, which would be past the tree, or switching to a 4-foot, 50% open fence that's still pool code compliant.
So let me give a little background on the situation. So my property sits on a corner lot with one side directly fronting Richards Avenue. So in 2020, I hired a licensed professional fencing company to install a 6-foot solid fence along that property line. The property contained an in-ground swimming pool now. That wasn't there at that time. And the fence serves as the pool enclosure barrier in addition to providing yards of privacy and security. The fence has been placed for approximately 5 years. It's well maintained and has generated no complaints from neighboring property owners during that time. So the reason, that I'm requesting to keep the fence, I respectfully submit the following reasons taken together demonstrate that the requested variance is warranted and consistent with the public interest. First is pool safety, legally required enclosure. My property contains an in-ground swimming pool under the New Jersey law NJAC 523. Residential swimming pool must be enclosed by a barrier fence The 6-foot solid fence along Richards Avenue is primary component of that enclosure. Because my property is a corner lot directly accessible for from a public street, it faces an elevated risk of unauthorized access. Um, in particular, by children unfamiliar with the property, um, a taller solid fence provides meaningful, stronger protection than the 4-foot minimum. When this variance directly supports the state pool safety requirements rather than working against them. The second reason I'm requesting this is the property security and crime prevention. Piscataway's property crime rate, which includes burglary, theft, larceny, and motor vehicle theft, is above the national average, with residents facing approximately 1 in 103 chance of becoming a victim of property crime. Corner lots like mine are particularly vulnerable because they present two open streets facing sides, providing easier access and less surveillance than interior lots. A 6-foot solid fence along Richards Avenue creates a meaningful physical deterrent and defined boundary that reduces property exposures. This concern is further underscored by New Jersey own legislative response. In October 2024, Governor Murphy signed a new legislation, PL 2024 C.83, elevating home invasion burglary to a first-degree crime, a direct acknowledgement of the state level that residential security is a pressing public concern. Third reason is traffic safety on residential streets. Piscataway's own police department has been running its Piscataway Promotes Safe Streets initiative for 4 consecutive years that continuing into 2026. This campaign specifically targets unsafe vehicle speeds on residential roadways. It was launched in direct response to community concerns about collision near homes. My property sits on a corner lot along Richards Avenue, placing my yard and pool in direct exposure to passing vehicle traffic. A 6-foot solid fence provides a physical barrier consistent with the spirit of the township's own traffic safety goals. A 4-foot fence will offer substantially less protection against a vehicle leaving the roadway. 4, and that's not my priority, is privacy, because I've lived there for 22 years, and I've never had any issues. I've kept my property. My property is well maintained. Um, and nobody ever complained about the fence from the 5 to 6 years that it's been there. So the fourth reason is privacy. Corner lots are exposed on two sides to public streets frontage. Interior lot owners enjoy a natural degree of yard privacy that corner lot owners do not, and which is very unfair. The Richards Avenue side of my property offers little natural screening, meaning my yard and pool area are fully visible to passing vehicles and pedestrian traffic without the fence. The 6-foot fence restores a reasonable level of privacy consistent with what my neighbors on interior lots naturally enjoy, and is particularly important given the presence of the pool. A 4-foot fence will provide minimal practical privacy in this context. Know that I have a school that's not too far away from my house, and I have school students that pass by around 2:45, 2:30 to 45, and most of the time their behavior are not the most pleasant ones. They are sometimes walk through your yards, and sometimes they go to the backyards when I had no fence. A 4 feet minimum open gate will create some type of unsafetiness to my family, to myself. And even though I'm given the option to move the fence 12.5 feet, from the property line that also create a financial burden on me. Also creates the tree that's there that's already present, creates um an impassable move from me moving the fence from where it's at now to try to move it even further away from the tree. So I am requesting that I'm giving a variance because the fence is not causing any problem to the neighborhood. It's not causing any unsafe situation. It's not creating anything. It's been there for the past 6 years, and there has not been not one complaint from the neighborhood or from anybody in the neighborhood. The only
Okay,
thing
Mr. Israel, let me,
is
because it
create some
seems
form
like
of
a
protection.
filibuster right now.
Yes.
Your fence, we're not asking you to give up the 6-foot fence. We're telling you it has to move. Now, if you want to compromise, Jonathan said 12.5 is what we could accept, even though what's the variance call for? 7?
The code calls for 12.5. We could even do 10 feet. If
Yeah,
that if it's
it just
better.
can't stay where it is. And if you had a licensed professional put the fence up, he should have pulled permits and realized that he couldn't put the fence up in that area.
So to my defense, when this happened, that was during COVID. So there was no way for him to get a permit, for myself to get a permit. As a matter of fact, I got to
No, the township was open.
We were open,
I will for me to
100%.
Township was open. You could
I
have
was here.
received the permit.
I don't know who's talking.
Well, it's me and
Are we
Laura
raising
Buck.
kids?
No, that's okay. But no, you sounds
But-
like your real gripe is with your professional who put the fence up because he put it up in a spot where it doesn't belong. So we can talk
But I
over
can
each
say,
other for the next hour. You're going to move the fence. You're either going to move it, 9 or 10 feet, or you're going to move it 12.5. And then no one's telling you to get a 4-foot fence with all the points that you made. I wouldn't suggest you get a 4-foot 50% fence, but you got to take the fence that you've got and you've got to move it. It's a violation of code.
Mr. Cahill.
Yes.
Now I have to say this. There are multiple people in the neighborhood that has a corner fence and that are not going through what I'm going through tonight.
They're not in front of us right now, sir.
I understand, but you call me in front of you so I could explain my side.
Yes, and you already did, and I appreciate that.
Yes, and I appreciate you allowing me. If you say something, I would appreciate you allowing me to say something back.
Yes, please. You've
Okay.
been the only one's been talking for the last 10 minutes. So please, if you have anything else to add, please add it.
I understand I'm the only one that's been talking 10 minutes, and I appreciate everyone listening. But we also have to say that I'm the one financially who has to pay to remove the township's not going to help me move this, right? The
No.
town right now is creating. One second, sir. Allow me to speak. Or if you want to go first, go ahead.
Yeah, again, here's your gripe. Your gripe shouldn't be the financial burden. You should contact the fence company, tell them they didn't pull any permits, and you could get a lawyer and sue them. Let them be the financial responsibility.
Mr. Guy, are you a lawyer from my understanding, correct?
Oh no, I'm not.
Okay. So I was going to ask you advice, as you know, since you might know the law better than I do, because I don't, right? Because you're telling me to sue them. So I don't know what that's entitled of suing them, what that's entitled. So how you go about to do that. Now,
If
I
you
do understand as well, 1 second, sir. I do understand as well that this board meeting is more for other board members to take a vote and also to voice themselves and not for you alone to make a decision. Is that my understanding?
collectively we have to vote in a majority, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. But but I'm saying right now, the way you're presenting yourself, it feels like you're taking out everyone else that's on this call.
No, I'm the chairman. I have a comment to make. I'm going to make.
Mr. Chairman, please allow me to say one word, please.
You asked the question. I was answering it.
I didn't finish my question. I will not cut you off.
Okay,
If you want to
please.
speak, go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
No, go ahead, please. Make your point.
Okay. As you see, I'm sitting in my car. I work in the city. I drive. I spend 13 hours back and forth. I've been doing this for 22 years. Okay, that back and forth, so that I can find some peace of mind in the township. I've been living there for 22 years. Right now, I don't feel that I have that peace of mind. Right now, I feel like I'm being violated over something that is so minimal. that I'm being that my family and I are being attacked on something that doesn't provide any type of unsafetyness or create any problems for anybody in the neighborhood. But I feel like I'm being attacked, right, with a rule that has been changed because when I went to the township, I was told that the 12.5 or whatever changes that was made because they were getting so many variances, right, being filed that that the board or the some people voted to in January there was a vote to make it 12.5. So, and nobody knew when that vote happened. Nobody was invited to that vote. No, there was no public hearing. There was no decision. There was nobody involved in the neighborhood. I vote every election. I voted. The council members make I heard they made a decision. The last time this rule was reinforced was back in guys, you started reinforcing this was in November of 2021. That's when you first had a member meeting about fencing. I've had my neighbor next door, right across from me, who's now sold his house. He was the first one to put a fence on his own. He didn't even get a company to do it, and nobody ever bothered him. Never. He had to go in front of any committees fighting for his life, for his peace, for his peace. Right now, I'm in front of a few members here, and the only voice I'm hearing is the chairman's voice, and nobody else is voicing. And we all part of the same neighborhood, I believe, right? We all live in Piscataway, correct? Do we all live in Piscataway? I'm just asking.
All of the members of the board live in Piscataway. I am the
Include,
board attorney. I do
include
not live in Piscataway.
who was the board in 20? In 20.
I am,
Let me
sir.
see. Was okay?
James Keneally.
That's James Kennelly.
Yes.
And you're a board member and you don't live in Piscataway.
No,
No,
I'm
he
the board
doesn't. He
attorney.
doesn't vote. He's not a board member. He's the
I do
attorney.
not vote. I give the board legal advice, but all of the board members are residents of Piscataway.
Okay. All right. So all the board members so you're all my neighbors for the past 22 years, correct?
That's how long you've been in Piscataway. Yes, sir.
That's how long I've been in Piscataway.
Okay.
I've had three children who went to Piscataway, middle school, elementary school, high school, three girls. Okay. And that's and my wife and I, we've been there for the past 22 years. Okay. So I feel like the treatment that I'm getting from the board member, not I can't say the board members, from the chairman, because the chairman is he says he's talking for everybody else.
No, I didn't say that at all. I'll ask them if they have I had a question to ask. I asked it, or
Oh.
I had a statement to make. I made it. They all have free voices. If they want to chime in, they're more than It's
Okay,
their
I would like to hear from the remainder from the other board members
Mr.
as they're
Israel,
all here on this call.
Mr. Israel, the way this works is you present your case. When you are done presenting your case,
Okay.
the public will have a chance to speak in case there are any members of the public that want to speak. Once that is concluded, the members will take a vote on your application.
I understand. Oh, because I gotta say this wasn't explained to me. This should have been explained from the beginning of before you started talking. They should have explained the protocols. None of the protocols were explained before this meeting started. That should have.
Mr. Israel,
I'm sorry.
Mr. Israel, if I could just make 2 quick points here. Our staff has been completely available for you if you have any questions. This code change for the fencing ordinance was put in front of the township council, your township council, for 2 readings prior to a vote. All of the township council meetings are advertised and everyone from the public is welcome to attend. Just echoing what Chairman Cahill said, you should definitely review the contract documents you have with that fence installing company and seek an attorney to get advice on how to. I hear you when you say the financial burden. That would be a civil matter that you can discuss outside this hearing. So the solution we're focusing on now is we can come to a compromise, 9 feet, 10 feet, that we can agree to off of Richards Avenue. We can even have put a time limit on it so we can extend when we're expecting that to happen to give you time to seek legal recourse privately outside of this setting. But we could come to a compromise now, the board could find to deny the application. I don't want to see this escalated any further within a disciplinary view. So I would just advise we come to a compromise.
So I'm gonna say, Jonathan, correct? If I call you, I might call you by your first name. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. Have we met? Have we met before, Jonathan?
I don't believe so.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Because you made it sound like we spoken before and like we met at the township. Because everybody that I met at township don't even live in Piscataway. They just work at the township, but they don't live in Piscataway. Which is crazy, right? So I've been living there for 22 years. Okay. Once again. All right. And I find this hearing, the burden to put this burden on me, financial burden on me, especially in a time like this. Okay. Where everything's so expensive. And also, I think we lost the lawyer.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So I have a question for the lawyer because you are a lawyer, so you know now when you do a contract with a company, okay, if they have an enclosure that says that when you go back and read the contract to look at it, and they say they have an enclosure that says that advice for you to get a permit, right? But during COVID, you guys said you were open, but I know that all state offices were closed, right? I cannot sue them. I cannot sue them for them to cover the fence. See, everything that we're seeing right now, all the legal advice that you guys are giving me, they have no substance. Because I already looked into multiple things before I came to this meeting. Okay. Right now, my hands are tied. I'm being threatened right now by Jonathan, right? Because he's saying
Threatened?
that Jonathan, he threatened me saying that let's come to a conclusion now before we
He
place.
offered you three different options, Mr.
He
Israel.
said
Nobody
listen,
threatened you in this meeting.
there's
And
a
I
there's
just
a script being recorded right now for this meeting, right? He said, come to a conclusion, or I don't want this to get ugly. That's technically what he said, right?
escalated so that code
That means
enforcement
get
wouldn't come out
ugly.
and write you a
Escalating meaning
ticket.
get ugly. So I don't feel like I'm coming into a meeting where I'm being heard. I feel like I'm coming to a meeting that has already been decided because Jonathan said, yeah, I met twice already and I already voted. That's what he said. So I don't understand how the lawyer said, I'm calling you by your
Neely.
first name. Can I call you by your first name?
Sure.
James, right? He said that first you're gonna listen to me first, and then we vote. But Jonathan just said they already voted.
No, we didn't.
No one has voted.
I misheard. Did I misheard Jonathan?
Mr. Israel.
Yes. Jonathan,
this
can
point-
you please clarify, please?
Mr. Israel, we're going to move on at this point because right now you're not hearing what you want to hear, so you're just continuing to take along your narrative. We've offered options. We're trying to compromise with you. You want what you want, and you want to keep the fence where it is.
I don't want what I want.
Yes, you do.
I don't want. I want the safety of my family. I want the safety of my three girls. I want the safety of my wife. I want safety from,
And you'll get that
I
with a
want my
6-foot
safety.
fence that's 10 feet closer.
I want to.
You'll get that same safety with the same fence, only off the 10 feet off instead of where it is now. No, it's no threat at all.
You saying 10 feet, but I got a tree. So I got a tree in the way. I mean, I think you guys should come and visit and then take pictures, do some measurements, okay? And see what I'm talking about. I don't think any one of you guys have driven around the neighborhood and take a look and see before y'all place judgments on me. I mean, y'all putting a burden on me, on my family, and ever since this thing started, that thing have stressing me out. I've never been so stressed living in this neighborhood than I am right now.
Mr. Israel.
All I'm asking for is maybe we should adjourn this and give everybody should take a drive and took a look, have some proof.
Mr. Israel,
and see.
can I speak now? I'm
What?
going to speak now, okay, please?
Yes.
You said that you've already looked at the option of suing the fence manufacturer or the
No,
fence
I have
store?
not. I mean, I said I've
You
not,
said-
not suing them, not suing them. I've looked into them coming back and try to replace the fence, but I can't do that based on what it says on the contract. I already looked into it, right? So the suing part is non-existence, right? So now, not only this gonna create a financial burden, a real financial burden, because I pay a lot of money to put the fence up. Okay, then I gotta pay a lot of money to take it off and replace and move it to somewhere else. Okay, this is unfair.
You
I
put
don't
up
see
a
the
legal
difference
fence,
at the
sir.
fence, sir.
Sir,
don't
you
see the
put up an
difference.
illegal fence. I've wasted this.
You said it's illegal.
I'm
What
enough
makes it, what
at
makes
this
it illegal? All right, let me get some clarification, please. What makes it illegal? What am I What is it that we are protecting? What is it that we are protecting with a fence that moved from 10 feet from where it is? What is the difference that's gonna make? I want that explained to me because nobody could ever explain that to me. Can somebody please explain it to me, please? Somebody hand up. Ali, Mr. Ali.
No, you're not going to pick up.
He just had his he has his hand up for the past 2 hours.
Mr. Israel, you do not run this meeting.
Yeah,
Mr.
you don't run this
Cahill, the
meeting,
chairman,
sir.
runs the meeting.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. Go ahead.
Okay. If you want to put this off, all right, postpone it. Work with my engineers on a solution. The fence is not staying where it is. That's the bottom line. If you want to work a compromise with my department here in town, then I'll postpone this vote until a future date. And in the meantime, contact an attorney because anybody can be sued. Don't say you can't sue the fence installer. He did not live up to his end of the bargain. And you said he was a licensed fence person.
Yes.
And to also say, can I talk now? Can I talk at my meeting?
Yes.
To also say that the township was closed when I was at the township every day during COVID, signing papers and doing whatnot is not accurate. So
right,
let's postpone this.
You work at the township, sir?
I'm sorry?
You work at the township?
I don't work at the township, no.
But
I signed paper.
Well, you say you
He's
were
chairman of the
papers for the
zoning board.
township.
He comes into the office to do zoning board business, Mr. Israel.
I don't know everybody's positions here. He told me he lives in the.
That's really not important, to be honest.
tell me
Whether
he
I
has
work
a-
for the
he
county
didn't
or
tell-
township or not, that's not important.
I'm sorry if I have
Okay.
to ask some.
Let's do
I'm
this.
sorry if I have to ask some clarification questions. I'm just trying to be clear. But I
Okay.
think that Ali has something to say. I think everybody should voice if there is their hand that they.
There isn't a hand up.
This meeting, if he had his hand up, he has something to say.
First of all, okay. Yeah, here's the option. You want us to vote tonight? You want us to vote right now with the information that we've been given by our expert, Jonathan? Or do you want to compromise, come back, get in touch with my department here and see if we can work out a compromise?
I have a question. You said you're expert, Jonathan. Can I ask your expert, Jonathan, a few questions, please? Since I didn't know you was the expert.
No, you can talk to Jonathan outside of this meeting, sir. We have other matters to hear tonight.
Yeah, we've got other people that want to be
The
clarified.
question is, do you want
This
the
is
board to
such
vote
an
tonight,
unfair
or do you want to
meeting.
adjourn this?
Do you want to adjourn this to another date?
I would like to adjourn this because I would love to have the time for everyone to speak and then and to be heard. Right now, I feel like I'm being rushed and I'm not being heard. Respectfully.
Sir, we've been talking to you for a half hour.
But
So how are you being rushed?
We've been talking for a half hour, but
Yes,
but-
this meeting
but
started at 7:00. It's now 7:28.
we've
And
been
we keep rehashing the same things over and over again.
no, it's because
All right.
we've been talking for half an hour, but I feel like I'm being rushed to make a decision because it's like
You want
everyone.
what you
Mr.
want
Chairman.
what you want. No, Mr.
I don't
Israel,
want-
I'm
I
moving
don't-
on. Do you want to postpone this or do you want us to vote on it tonight? Make your decision right now, please.
Let's have an adjournment and we
Okay,
we
then we'll
again.
do that.
And
Fine,
then I
we're
would
done.
love-
We're done. Lauren, what
Anybody
date can
here
we
on the
use?
Israel matter, it is going to be adjourned until June 11th, 2026, with no further notice by the applicant. The matter will be heard again on June 11th, 2026.
June 11th, we'll see you again, Mr. Israel, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
No problem. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
All right, take care.
Let's move on to item number 7, 26-ZB-17V, Angeline Mappa.
Is Angela Mappa present?
Yes, sir. Good
I need to
evening.
swear you in. Could you raise your right hand?
Sure.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
Yes, the truth.
Your address, please?
Hi, I'm Angeline Mappa. I live at 118 Heffernan Street, Piscataway, New Jersey.
Thank you. Could you explain to the board why you're here?
Yes, so I am applying for a variance for a front yard setback with a requirement of 35 feet, and the proposed is 19 to 11 feet. Building coverage as well. Proposed where required is 20%, but the proposed is 20.64%, which is 2,064 square feet. And the reason being why I wanted to build, again, this is a one-story addition installed on the northeast side of the house, adjacent to Middlesex Avenue. The addition will accommodate a guest bedroom suite with sleeping area, bathroom, and a closet. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because my parents are aging. So I work in healthcare. I am a nurse practitioner. I've been in healthcare for about 20 years now, and my mother has a chronic progressive medical condition called dementia. They currently live in Jersey City with my dad, so my parents are both living together in Jersey City. But unfortunately, at this point in time, my dad cannot handle it on his own. And being in the medical field, I want to care for my parents. I want them to be with me and I want to care for them. I don't want them to be in the nursing home. So I am asking the board to help us out in doing this. And fall risk is an issue for my parents, especially my mother. She actually fell already going down the steps from my second floor down to the first floor. So it's not advisable for her or for them to live on the second floor, which I have a bedroom where I am right now. But it's not advisable for us or for them to live there because, again, the fall risk is an issue. So that's the reason why I actually asking for the board for assistance in this one. And before I forgot to mention Tom Doris is my architect. He's here as well with me. Just again, just for an assistance if there's anything that I do not understand.
Okay, Jonathan, can we work something out here?
Yeah, let's thank you for coming on tonight. So I have a couple questions. We didn't
Absolutely.
oh, I apologize. I didn't see the so we have one or two concerns. So the separate entrance, is that can you speak to that at all?
The separate entrance is just for more privacy. Again, I live with my two children, two boys, 7 and 4, and my husband and I. We live in one single, home. The reason being is just for privacy, just my parents, so they can have their own entrance in that side. Again, I know you noticed I did see the memorandum on the
Yeah.
report that you did mention on number 2. I think you were asking for architectural plans related to some kitchen. We're not going to do that because, again, this is strictly for my parents. It's really not for us. I have no desire of expanding my home. But again, unfortunately, because of the situation that we are in right now, my mom is getting worse each day. So I really have to make a choice and care for them.
And can you speak at all to the shed that you currently have in the backyard?
Oh,
Its
yes.
condition?
Yes. I forgot to mention, I know when I applied for the application, your secretary did mention that, oh, Angeline, by the way, this is a problem with the zoning with the shed and the fence. But I just wanted to mention that when we bought the home, the inspector didn't flag it to us. So what I mean to say is that they were already purchased. When I purchased the home in 2017 of December, they were already present. The shed and the fence, they were already there. So we just kept it and bought the house the way it is.
And what's the shed's condition like now?
It's pretty good. I mean, the roof is leaking somehow, but again, it's still good. We're using it accordingly.
Okay. And you mentioned you had a design professional on the call?
Yes, Tom Doris is here with us. He's my architect.
Okay. I might have a question or two for him. Do we need to swear him
Sure.
in?
Absolutely.
Yes, we do. His name again?
Oh, Tom Doris, Dores.
Is Mr. Doris present?
Yes, I'm here.
I need to swear you in. Could you raise your
Sure.
right hand?
Sure,
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You're a registered architect in the state of New Jersey?
Correct.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Mizrahi.
Thank you. So I'm curious what consideration was given to doing this addition towards the rear yard? You have an additional 5 feet to the rear yard until you are, I guess it's considered a side yard because of the corner lot. How have you, what consideration have you given towards going towards the back of the home with the addition as compared to on the side as you're proposing?
Sure. Yeah, we ruled out the rear yard pretty quickly because there's only a few feet to the rear yard setback. Also, the owner would like to maintain that rear yard for recreational use. It just seemed pretty difficult to kind of manage spatially. So we capitalized on the larger open space on the front yard.
Okay.
The second floor was also considered too, but as the owner testified, accessibility is a big concern.
I agree. Okay. And what about reconfiguring any sort of with the living room and half bath downstairs? Is any reconfiguration of the existing ground floor behind the garage into a small suite for the parents?
Again, it was sort of a narrow space. The family is already kind of utilizing all of the spaces on the ground and first floor. So we chose to make a sizable and more functional addition toward the street.
And if we compromise on that secondary entry, how much can we cut down on the 15-foot width of the addition?
The 15-foot width would probably be similar whether we have that entry or not. It's kind of like the front-facing entry, so it wouldn't really help us with the width of the addition. Perhaps the depth slightly. But we did kind of lay the plans out with furniture and fixtures, and you can see that giving up even half a foot in some dimensions could drastically compromise the functionality of the addition.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to add, this is Mrs. Mappa. I just wanted to add, we wanted to functionality as well for my parents. Again, working in healthcare, I know eventually with progressive diseases, chronic diseases, wheelchair will eventually perhaps, again, I do not know if that will happen. So we wanted to just make sure functionality wise, so I wanted to make sure, again, if I'm already doing this for my parents, I wanted to just make it correctly for them because I don't want to have to rechange everything again in the future. I just wanted more of a functionality as far as wheelchair, just in case. Again, I don't think it will happen, but I just want the best for them. They have given us enough already, and I just want to give to my parents.
Understood, man. Thank you.
Okay. And my one of my other concerns is that when we calculate the building coverage, including the 2-foot overhang, as well as the covered porch, it comes out to 21.65%. So this might be another case where we adjourn and we perhaps meet and see what we could do architecturally here. Unless Mr. Chairman or any other members of the board have any other comments.
We were also sorry about that, Mrs. Mappa here. We wanted to let you know that we also are willing to compromise with the zoning as far as the shed and the fence. If there's any issue in relation to that, we are willing to compromise whatever it is that we need. I just again, my dad is just having a hard time, so I'm really trying my best that I can to help them out.
If we did adjourn this, is June 11th still available? Laura?
Yes.
It is. Okay. I think that might be in our best interest for you to adjourn it. Get with
Can I
Jonathan.
Excuse me, Chairman. Mr. Mizrahi, if they change the 2 feet to an 18-inch cantilever, doesn't close with the setback, how much would that change their coverage?
The 2 feet, I believe, is existing. So that would be them changing their roof in the rear yard. So that would be kind of like additional work. But that I could certainly do that calculation when we sit down and talk.
So there's nothing we could do tonight to bring it back down because Dawn's report had it at just over 20%. I don't know where the 21's coming in. I apologize.
The overhang is not on the proposed addition, which would, I agree, that would make it easy. Let me just see what I
This way
can
they
do.
don't have to wait another month. I'm just trying.
Right.
I agree with you.
I
Jonathan, while
appreciate.
you're thinking that, while you're working that through,
Yeah, thank you.
Just
Just measuring here.
Papa, correct?
I'm sorry, sir.
Mrs. Mappa, I just wanted to clarify that in the future, if the room was not being used by your parents anymore, you would not be renting it out?
No, because my brother is single. He's not married. So we
Okay.
are going to use it for him. And then again, likewise after him, he is 7 years older than me. So he's almost 50 years old.
Okay.
Likewise after that, it will be me and my husband. So no,
Always-
there is there is no need for me to do any of this. Again, this is really strictly for my parents and for our
Okay.
future as
So-
well. Yeah.
Always a
Ms.
question that we ask with Rutgers being so close in the proximity. that
Oh,
we-
I
Tony
totally
would answer.
understand, but that's not even in the back. That didn't even cross my mind.
Clarified. You-
So,
you-
Ms.
you
Mappa, would you
clarified
be
it, no
agreeable
problem.
to a deed restriction that the house not be used as a two-bedroom or a two-family house?
Yes, you did
Very-
mention that, and I vouch and truthfully say yes, yes, yes. No, we are not doing that.
But we'll make it a
Okay.
deed restriction. That's fine. Perfect.
No. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so Laura, if the overhang going back over the living room, that's 50 square feet, so that would certainly help. If the shed's not, if the shed's not being used and that could be replaced with something smaller, that would take care of our coverage issue. Then it would just be a matter of, Mrs. Mapp already talked about the fence. That would only bring us up with the front yard setback along Middlesex as the only remaining variance.
So what number can we give them? Like say 20, because I know Dawn had 20 point. Oh, shoot.
She had 21.65.
Oh, 2165.
Yeah.
Say if they bring it down to 20 or 21. I mean, it's up to your chairman and the board.
Yeah, if we're around 21, I'm comfortable with that, especially based on the hardship that she's discussing.
Yeah, so if they say they could bring it down to 21%, we could move forward.
Yes, I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, so we'll need a new set of drawings, and we can discuss offline how we're going to get to that 21%. And the fence will need to be shown in a conforming location.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any other members of the board have any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'm going to open it to the public. Anyone in the public have any questions or comments for this application?
You can either hit *6 if you're on the phone or raise your hand. No one, Chairman.
Okay, close the public portion, and I'd make a motion to approve this application with the modifications that were mentioned. Can I get a
I
second?
appreciate.
Please
Oh,
call the roll.
Mr. Weissman,
Yes.
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Reggio,
Yes.
Mr. Blunt never got here, Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Mr. Ali,
Yes.
and Chairman Cahill.
Yes.
Ms. Mappa, your application's been approved. You need to do some work with revised drawings to make sure that you can comply with the approval. It will be memorialized at our next meeting in June. You don't need to be at that meeting. We'll mail that document to you.
Thank you, the board. Thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate this. I appreciate
luck.
it. Thank you so
Good
much.
luck, man.
Thank
Good
you.
luck and have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move on to item number 8, 26. Christopher Endice.
Hello, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening. I need to swear you in. Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
Yes.
Your name and address, please.
Christopher Iotis, 211 Elizabeth Avenue.
Could you explain to the board what you'd like to do here?
Seeking relief or variance for the excess of roof coverage.
Okay. Jonathan, you've been a popular guy tonight.
So the excess in coverage we're talking about is 73 square feet here. Mr. Udice, did you see the report that we issued the 26th?
I did.
Okay. Can you speak at all to the sump pump, how it's set up now, where it's discharging?
Yeah, I don't know why that even came up, to be honest with you. That was never even in the plan or thought of. Currently, my sump pump discharges out to my rear yard. I have no discharge going to the street. I don't have a sump pump access to the street. There's no PVC pipes going to the street.
Great. Yeah, I know. I saw when I saw the note about the sump pump on the architectural plans. It just we have an issue with homes discharging into the street. When that water freezes, it creates a hazardous condition for public safety.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure. So if it's discharging into the rear yard, that's great. Is there any reason why you weren't able to get those 73 feet?
So we're trying to gain access into our garage to avoid the elements during the winter time, the rain, because currently right now we have a detached garage. With this little bit of a setback, we're going to gain entrance into the garage to have an attached garage as well.
Well, can I just say something? I'm not Heather, I'm the wife.
I need to swear you in. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on, go ahead,
okay.
sorry.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Your name, please.
Okay, Heather Eotis, 211 Elizabeth Avenue.
Thank you. Go ahead.
So we basically are doing this to join the house through to the garage, instead of having to go outside and then back into the garage. And the little extra room that we did put on, is basically to make that space also practical. So we're making the kitchen slightly bigger. Taking away any of the 73 square feet, I think renders that space really useless. I don't know what else to say.
And that's fine. You made some.
I mean, we're trying to get into the garage.
Understood.
Okay, I'm just looking at the architecturals here. That 72 square feet. If we took it from the side away from the refrigerator where you need the access to the stairway, I mean that's a 6-foot reduction over a 16-foot proposed width addition. So I can agree with that statement. So yeah, those are my comments, Chairman.
Okay. Members of the board have any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'm going to open it to the public. Anyone in the public have any questions or comments for this application?
Again, you could raise your hand on the bottom or hit *6. No one, Chairman.
Okay, close the public portion, and I'd make a motion to approve this application. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Vince Caldwell.
Mr. Weissman,
Yes.
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Reggio.
Yes. Thanks, Roy.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Mr. Ali,
Yes.
and Chairman Cahill.
Yes.
Your application's been approved. We'll memorialize it in a written document at our next meeting. You don't need to be there for that. We'll mail that document to you. You'll need that for your permits.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Good night, guys.
Good
Good luck.
night.
Let's move on to item number 11, adoption of resolutions from the regular meeting of May 14, 2026.
First resolution, Adele Ahmed, which you voted to approve. Mr. Weissman,
Yes.
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Oreggio,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Mr. Ali,
Yes.
Chairman Cahill.
Yes.
Next is the application of Sandeep Nijawan, which you voted to approve. Mr. Weissman,
Yes.
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Oreggio,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Mr. Ali,
Yes.
Chairman Cahill.
Yes.
Final resolution tonight is Magan Patel. This was a resolution that was denied, an application that was denied. The resolution indicates that it's a denial, so voting yes is a vote to deny. Mr. Weissman,
Yes.
Mr. Tillery,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Oreggio,
Yes.
Mr. Mitterondo,
Yes.
Mr. Ali,
Yes.
Chairman Cahill.
Yes.
Those are all the resolutions for this evening.
Okay. Item number 12, adoption of minutes from the regular meeting of May 14th, 2026. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 13, adjournment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. By the way, board, thank you very much for tonight. Never feel threatened or bullied by an applicant who is singling you out. If you have something to say, you say it. If you have nothing to say nothing. Don't let any applicant come in here and intimidate you on my meeting. All right. All have a great night. Thank you so much.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support, Sean. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. No problem, guys.
Guys.